for today's technical, we'll talk about 12 ideas covering 6 countries. But before that, just want to briefly update on S&P 500. I think if you look at the chart here, I've drawn the black lines across the 2 double tops there. And I think if you look at the market volatility, it will stay elevated, not just because of chart-wise, but because also I think Wednesday we have the CPI data in the US, and I think a few companies have also some corporate earnings. For instance, today the iPhone 16 will be reviewed. You also have earnings for Oracle, GameStop, Adobe. So those are some of the important corporate events which may sway the market. Okay, for Malaysia, basically, we're talking about, I think for this week, we're talking about pair trades again, one buy, one sell. For Malaysia, QL Resources is our buy pick. Generally speaking, when you look at the chart here, it has actually broken out from the triangle pattern. Okay, prior to the last Friday's breakout, it was actually consolidating around the 30-day and 50-day SMAs. So I think with this breakout and hopefully another white candle today, basically we will see a extension of the current up cycle. Okay, TRC Synergy on the other hand is a sell call, simply because when you look at the chart here, it has actually violated the key support channel. Okay, so in other words, the correction from the 53-cent high is not over yet. No doubt, I think if market sentiment improve, I think there could be some sporadic buying support, but personally, until the black line is taken out, I think those are what we call dead cat bounces. For Indonesia, our buy pick is actually Astra Argo. Share price has actually broken out from the cup and handle pattern. Okay, in fact, I think last week the upward trajectory was so strong that the candle also took out the 200-day SMA, which is usually seen as a long-term trend. Okay, generally speaking, now that the share price is above the 200-day SMA, I think we believe a new up leg is now underway. On Medco Energy, this is actually our sell pick for Indonesia. The whole idea is that I think sentiment on the stock remains weak by virtue of the candle still trading below all the key moving averages. I think we see I think for a couple of times that the stock is trying to take out the key SMAs, but I think the sellers prove a bit too strong. Philippines, Manila Water is our buy pick. If you look at the share price, as you broke out from the triangle pattern, so that is first sign. Secondly, when you look at the previous high over here, I think last Friday run up also took out the May 2024 high at about 28.40 cents. Okay, and I think when you look at this price pattern, we are waiting for a 30-day SMA to cut above the 50-day SMA. On the sell side, basically, I think we have Mark Venture Holdings for Philippines. Again, I think the reason being share price is trading below the key SMAs, and I think right now it is also testing the key support trend line. If this level fails to hold, I think another down leg will unwind. 7 stock is actually Wing Tai. This is actually buy pick for Singapore. If you look at the share price correction from the April high of 157, since probably have bottomed out around my cursor here, because I think the share price have since bounces back above the 30-day SMA as well as the key resistance trend line. I think if you look at last Friday, it was about to challenge the 50-day SMA. So I think if the 50-day SMA can be taken out, then I think the 200-day SMA will be next. And I think the stock is actually poised for a stronger recovery. Yang Zijiang is actually our sell pick for Singapore. If you look at the share price, actually violated the support trend line as well as the 30-day SMA. I think most likely it will actually challenge the 50-day SMA soon. And if the 50-day SMA fails to hold, then I think the next correction could be quite steep. 9th stock is actually for Thailand, Thai non-destructive. Okay, if you look at the share price, it has actually made a comeback. Share price has bounces back above all the key moving averages. And I think when you look at my cursor here, the 30-day SMA has also cut above the 50-day SMA 1 or 2 weeks back. Okay, so in other words, I think the upward trajectory will likely be extended, and this is actually on the back of high volume last Friday. 10 stock is actually new corporate. This is our sell pick for Thailand. Share price has been trading below the key SMAs, and generally the bears has an upper hand here. 11 stocks for Vietnam, GSB for industry and trade. This is our buy pick for Vietnam. I think if you look at the candles, it has actually surpassed the recent trend line. 30-day SMA has also cut above the 50-day SMA. So actually chances are a new uplift will likely unwind. For Vietnam sales pick, basically we have Anhat Bioplastics. If you look at the share price, fallen below the 200-day SMA, and I think when you look at the 30-day SMA, it is falling quite steeply. So in other words, the selling pressure is actually quite high, and the fact that once 30-day SMA cut below 200-day, then I think you could quite confirm that the next down leg will last a while longer. Audio.